Hi everybody, over the next bunch of minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to create an amazing looking functional body with safe and sensible movements, suitable for the whole family, particularly if you're over the age of 40 and you want to get into the same shape you were in when you were in your 20s. Let's recreate a beautiful body together, just like these viewers. Before we begin, I just want to share with you guys that 54% of you watching frequent content on this channel do not subscribe. If you've ever enjoyed my videos or felt that they've helped you, could you please do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button? It helps me more than you know, and the bigger this channel gets, the more time I can put into helping you get that amazing new body. Now today I'm using 50-pound dumbbells for my heavies, 35 pounds for my mediums, and 20 pounds for my light dumbbells. This doesn't mean that you should try to lift the same as me. Please choose your weights carefully based on your strength and fitness level, as well as your experience working with dumbbells. Now, that's enough talking from me. Let's get started with today's workout. This is a sumo squat with an added calves raise at the top of the exercise. Starting the sumo squats with your legs wide and your toes pointing out 45 degrees, making sure when you're dropping low, you're keeping your knees wide and getting a really good contraction of your glutes on the way up. Once you get to the top of the squat, lift all the way up to the ball of your feet, get a good calves and glutes engagement, and bring your heels slowly back down to the ground before going on to your next repetition. This exercise is a goblet thruster, and it's one of the more compound exercises you can do. I'm starting with a basic goblet squat, making sure my feet are parallel at shoulder width, dropping nice and low until my elbows touch my thighs. And then when I lift up, I'm going to carry that dumbbell all the way through to a neutral grip shoulder press. Lots of movement, multiple joints at play, and engaging a whole lot of muscles throughout.
my devotion. Take a rocket on a flight to space. If it meant that I can hold you closer, girl, I jump out of a plane for you and I rain for you. Like, look here, I came for you. They say being in love is crazy. Well, I guess I'm insane for you. I've been searching, it's so hard to find. Yeah, a girl who's one of a kind. 'Cause being alone just isn't cool. You know it ain't cool. I'll take 1,000 trips around the world just so I could find you, girl. Darling, I've been looking for you. Yeah, I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. Let's get it now. I'm so up, I could be a pilot, be a pilot, be a pilot. I'm so up, I could be a pilot, beat. Let's get it now.
This is an around the world exercise with your dumbbell, but you can see we're going extended into a full range motion. So when you get to the side, we're going to tilt over, hinge and reach for the side of your shins, making sure that you're keeping your arms extended throughout the exercise. And then when you lift back up into your standing position, hit your around the world and go all the way across to the other side. Keep your feet at shoulder width or marginally wider and keep your toes pointing forward. Start this exercise bent over forward with a hinged hip, and let's combine some T rows with some crucifix flies. Make sure that your back remains flat, and then when you're going into your T row, your forearms should be parallel at the top, creating a straight horizontal line from elbow to elbow. When you work your crucifix fly, make sure your arms are extended and the rotation only comes from your shoulder. This is a great contraction of your scapula. This exercise is neutral press and skull crusher combination. Lying on your bench or on the floor, making sure your lower back is pinned and flat. The idea with both exercises is that the arms work together and they remain parallel pretty much the whole time. Your elbows are tucked in by your ribs during your neutral press, and then the elbows remain static, and it's just 90 degrees elbow flexion to get into the skull crushers. I'm using the bench to do a wide and narrow push-up combination. You can do this on the floor, or if you're not very good at push-ups, you can always do them on your knees as well. The main thing is that I'm going wide and I'm making sure I'm getting flexion in my chest when I'm doing the wide push-up, and then I'm bringing the arms closer together, tucking my elbows in, and making sure I'm getting a really good triceps contraction during the narrow push-up. Keep your tailbone tucked in and keep your core engaged.
Someone to love, I feel alive. I think you know, we're getting down, we're getting low. Low, 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 low. We're getting down, we're getting low. Low, 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 low. We're getting down, we're getting low. Don't know the time.
Exercise is a Commando Plank. So we're starting on our hands and then dropping down to your elbows, one arm at a time. And we just want to try and make sure we keep our core engaged by tucking our tailbone in marginally and just having good control as far as the up-down motion is concerned. This is a great core exercise, but it's also a good chest and triceps exercise as well. And you're going to get some of it in the anterior of your shoulders too. This exercise is a weighted frog leg crunch. By pushing my knees apart and putting my feet together in that position, I'm disengaging my hips and I'm getting maximum use of my abs. Like all crunches, this is a rolling action and not a hinge. Your lower back should remain connected to the floor the whole time and it should never arch up. Tuck your chin in as you roll into the crunch and rest your head once your upper body is in that horizontal position. Exhaling as you crunch, inhaling as you return back to the floor. This is an obliques tilt and a biceps curl combination. Start with your feet past your shoulders and making sure your knees are straight for this one. Your toes are pointing forward and your hips are remaining nice and still. So there is no bobbing back and forth with your hips. Tilt to the side only and really look for that flexion in your obliques. And we're alternating those with some biceps curls in between them. And they're starting neutral at the bottom and then 90-degree twist at the top without adjusting your elbow position. This exercise is a Russian row and we're doing it standing in that bent over position. Once you hinge forward, make sure that your back remains flat throughout the whole set. Keep your feet parallel at shoulder width, making sure your toes are pointing forward. Start the row with extended arms. Then lift by pushing one of the heads of the dumbbell and bringing it over to your waistline on the opposite side. Go back to your stretch and then alternate and recreate the same movement on the other side.
If I had 10,000 tongues, I couldn't tell all that the Lord has done for me.
This exercise is an oblique tilt combined with some Romanian deadlifts. Starting with your feet marginally wider than shoulder width, making sure your knees remain straight, your toes are pointing forward, and your hips are nice and heavy. Get to those oblique tilts on one side, making sure that you're not bending your knees during the tilt. Once you come up, drop forward into your RDL, keeping your hamstrings extended by pushing your tailbone out and making sure that your erectors in your lower back remain contracted. This exercise is a dumbbell Russian twist from a seated position, and you can see I'm adding some high presses into that as well. Now, when you're in your seated position, make sure your chest proud, make sure your knees are bent, and make sure you're not putting too much weight on your tailbone. So it's best to sit on your butt cheeks rather than sitting on your tailbone. To maximize the twist, make sure your head moves with your body. So the best place to look when you're doing your Russian twist is in fact looking at your dumbbell. This exercise is a Delt Triangle. You can do the exercise seated or you can do it standing. I don't mind which one you do as long as your hips are not going back and forth. So start with a neutral front raise, pronate your hands, go out wide into a crucifix, come back to the front of you and make sure you release nice and slow. There's quite a lot of range of motion in your shoulders and strength needed in both your lateral and anterior shoulders as well as your traps.
Well done everybody for getting through today's dumbbell flow workout. Now's a great time to stretch and cool down with our physio Daphne. Her stretching playlist is linked to the end of this video, so be sure to check it out. Alternatively, now's a great opportunity to accelerate body fat loss by doing around 20 minutes of mild cardio such as a brisk walk. Do it right now while your body is low in glucose energy to optimize fat loss results. I want to thank you guys for training with me, and I look forward to seeing you very soon for another result-driven and effective workout right here. Look after yourselves and each other.